Hey everyone, welcome back to the film Frontline. I am beyond excited to dive into what might be the most chilling cinematic experience of the year. We are talking about the powerhouse studio A24 and their latest psychological descent into madness, Undertone, which just had its massive premiere at Sundance. If you know anything about me, you know I live for a movie that doesn't just entertain you, but actually haunts your subconscious for days afterward. And trust me, this one is a total mindbender. Let's get into the heart of this story. Undertone follows a young woman who decides to move back to her remote, incredibly isolated family estate. Now, we've seen the creepy old house trope before, but this isn't your typical haunted mansion vibe. She's there to care for her estranged, terminally ill mother, and the tension is immediate. The film does an incredible job of capturing that suffocating feeling of being trapped by family obligations while grappling with a past you've tried so hard to outrun. The protagonist is portrayed with such raw, visceral energy. You can see the weight of the world on her shoulders from the very first frame. As she settles into the house, the narrative starts to blur the lines between reality and something much more sinister. Is she actually losing her mind, or is the house itself manifesting her deepest traumas? The director uses these long, sweeping shots and a sound design that is, quite frankly, revolutionary. There are these low-frequency hums and subtle creaks that make it feel like the house is breathing right down your neck. What's really fascinating here is the exploration of generational trauma. It's a huge theme in modern horror and thrillers, but Undertone handles it with a surgical precision. The interactions between the mother and the daughter are agonizingly quiet and filled with unspoken resentment. It's that specific brand of A24 elevated horror, where the real monster isn't jumping out of a closet. The monster is the dinner table conversation and the secrets rotting under the floorboards. The film also incorporates these surreal, dreamlike sequences that feel like a fever dream. One moment, you think you're watching a grounded family drama, and the next, the visuals shift into something abstract and terrifying. The cinematography relies heavily on shadows and natural light, creating a claustrophobic atmosphere even when the characters are standing in a large, open room. It's all about what you don't see in the corners of the frame. Now, let's talk about the industry implications. A24 has a reputation for launching directors into the stratosphere, and Undertone feels like the next Hereditary or The Witch. It's a bold statement that says psychological thrillers don't need cheap jump scares to be effective. The pacing is a slow burn for sure, but it's the kind of burn that keeps you leaning in closer until you realize you're far too deep to get out. My personal take: Undertone is an absolute masterclass in atmosphere. As someone who watches a lot of these Sundance darlings, I can tell you that it's rare to find a film that feels this polished, yet this experimental. The lead performance is definitely going to be in the awards conversation. It's transformative. I loved how the film refused to give easy answers. It challenges the audience to interpret the ending, and honestly, I've been cycling through 3 different theories since the credits rolled. It's uncomfortable, it's beautiful, and it's deeply tragic. If you're a fan of movies that prioritize vibes and psychological depth over traditional storytelling, this is going to be your new obsession. There is a specific scene involving a recurring motif of water that I cannot stop thinking about. It serves as this perfect metaphor for the character being overwhelmed by her own history. The way the director mirrors the physical decay of the mother with the structural decay of the house is just brilliant. It's a heavy watch, but for the true cinephiles out there, it's an essential one. I want to know what you all think about this. Does a slow burn psychological thriller sound like your kind of weekend? Or do you prefer your horror to be a bit more fast-paced and direct? And more importantly, do you think A24 is still the reigning champion of the indie scene? Or are other studios starting to catch up? Drop your theories and thoughts in the comments below. I'll be jumping in to chat with you. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the Film Frontline for all the latest updates, reviews, and theories from the world of cinema. I'm here to keep you ahead of the curve on everything worth watching. See you in the next one.